medical update?
I think they sent out a release, but Vitor's out for the season.
Right.
When they went in and scoped his knee, they found a meniscus tear. The way it was explained to me was near the root. So that was the source of his major discomfort for the past couple of weeks. And so they said it's going to be a pretty significant rehab. So that was obviously not good news. Avery has increased his load as far as how much weight bearing he's put on, and probably won't play early next week, but has a chance beyond that. So hopefully we get him back on the court sooner rather than later. Don't know if when that will be, but again, hopefully sooner rather than later. Everybody else, the 11 guys that were available the other night are all available tonight.
Is because of the location of Vitor's tear why it wasn't detected in the MRIs?
Must be. I don't know that, Mark, but that must be the case. And that was kind of what I gathered from the email that was shared with me this morning.
Have you had a chance to talk to him since?
I've tried to text with him by the time that he got out. It was the time I was heading down here. As far as and so I have not heard back. At least I didn't check my phone in the last 20 minutes.
How would you sum up?
But I'll try to get with him tonight before the game or after the game, and then certainly tomorrow.
How would you sum up Vitor's rookie year and what you think of him going forward?
Well, he's obviously had some up moments, had some down moments. I think like a lot of rookies. He's a guy that to be the very best that he can be, just continues to work, and he has a good work ethic on scoring on the block, and also refining his jump shot, which he does work really hard on. And then on the other end of the floor, anybody with that size, you need him to protect the rim as well as he possibly can. And he really had some good moments doing that, and he had other moments where he didn't do it as well. And I think it's just going to be a process of growth with him and getting better at that. And hopefully he gets healthy so he can work on some of the things that will help him do that better.
8 months, or however long it's been, 8 months after the trade, how would you assess the trade with the Nets, how it's going, given the fact that you really only have one player left available from that deal?
Well, I think obviously the trade is was a really hard one to do. I'm sure for our management. I wasn't here, so it's hard for me to say exactly how that all went down and everything else, but. Just because of the fact that the guys that are playing for the Nets mean so much to this organization. And you saw that the last time they're here. I'm sure you'll see that with Paul tonight. And I think that's the part of it. Obviously, it was it was something that Danny and people in management decided to do with a long-term view. But at the same time, it doesn't make it any easier to see those guys go. It's everybody that I talk to around here is really happy for them that they're having the success they're having, that they've turned it in the right direction. Obviously, we want to play well against them, but they did such a great job here. They've got a lot of strong relationships here.
Just considering how focused you guys are on the future, how important were those draft picks?
I don't know, Mark. I mean, it's hard to say, right? I mean, I think it's all stuff down the road. And I don't know that I really would know exactly how to answer that, because it's a little bit out of my, out of my view right now as far as what's really important for us right now today. So hard to tell. I think we'll be able to better assess that down the road. But right now, again, we're trying to play better than we did Wednesday night. Which was, I thought we were playing a good team, and they'll do that to you if you don't play well. But our B game's not good enough against teams of that caliber.
Is there a balance, Brad, that has to be struck with getting a good look at the young guys you have, but at the same time collectively trying to improve as a team?
No, I mean I think our young guys they've already obviously played a lot, and they've all had their moments and they've all had their ups and downs. And so I think you continue to just try to put the guys on the court that give you your best chance for success, and continue to coach your team as hard as you can, and make sure that guys continue to earn their opportunities. And hey, our young guys are. So that's the benefit of that question, right? Because it's, Kelly Olynyk's playing great. I think Jared, the 2 weeks, the All-Star break, and then the concussion where he was out hurt him with regard to getting back into the flow of things. I hope that he can stay healthy over the next 21 games and do that. And obviously, when Avery comes back, Avery's a young guy that that played a lot for us before he got hurt, and he'll play a lot when he gets back.
You go with the same starting five tonight.
Yes.
As you prepared for this game, what have you seen from Pierce as a power forward?
But I don't really look at it as position. He's a player, and great players can play multiple positions a lot of times. They certainly can guard multiple positions, and then the league is such that if you can find a three-man that you can move to the four because of his size, body, and intelligence, then that's a great benefit. You see that when San Antonio goes small with a Diao. You see that when the Heat go small with LeBron. You see it across the league, and obviously I don't think it's a coincidence that they've really hit their stride by playing that way, because we say it's undersized. He's not really undersized, but he's bigger than our fours for the most part, and we have a few of them, and so he's a big, strong guy down there, and he can hold his own on the block, and then he can really stretch you on offense.
How much of an asset, Brad, has it been to have a guy like Brandon Bass who's shown the ability to, from a defensive standpoint, be pretty versatile?
Well, I think it's important. I think as I get further into this, I'm starting to really say, okay, these are the skill sets that I think are really critical by position or by as you combine a team, as you put a team together, and as you have people playing together. And one of those things that you look at for a forward is, can he guard outside of his position? And what I mean by that is, can he guard a guard on a switch? Can if they go small, can he match up with a three who's playing the four? And that's an important trait to have on your team. And Bass probably does the best job on our team of that.
How different are the Nets without KG, or maybe not so much?
Well, he's playing. He was playing pretty limited minutes. Not limited minutes, but he was coming out around the 6-7 minute mark of the quarters, but I'll tell you what, he made a huge difference in our two games. They're playing very well right now, regardless. But the two games that I saw in person, he made a huge difference in, largely because of his contagious talk. And I really have talked to our guys about, they all talk about the guys that were here about how loud he is how helpful he is, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And we've got a lot of growth in that area right now to do. It's not a coincidence. He's 36, 37 years old. He's seen it all. But I think he impacts the game a lot more than his stats would tell you, as everybody here knows.